I've had some people contact me recently that apparently they don't understand the difference between a tax write-off, something you're going to write off on your income taxes that will reduce your overall taxable income, as compared to depreciation. And depreciation is really just an accounting method that you use for writing off the cost of a physical asset like a truck over the span of its useful life. And typically that depreciation matches the length of time that you have the asset financed for. So if you buy a truck today, and let's say you finance it for 6 or 7 years, you're going to depreciate the value of that over the span, the 6 or 7 years of its quote-unquote useful life. So theoretically, every time you get that truck paid off, typically within about a year, maybe 2, you're going to trade it and get something else. A tax write-off is depreciation is a tax write-off. It's just spread out over time, whereas most write-offs you use from year to year to year, where you've lost money, okay, on this business deal. So you're going to write off that loss on your taxes because it wasn't income, it's a loss. All right. Same thing with a lot of your general expenses. You know, if you're having to work away from home, you're having to work on the road, all right, if you keep your receipts, a lot of those expenses you have on the road, lodging, meals, specialized clothes, like you have to buy a hard hat, for example, to go to some facilities to pick up or deliver a load. Believe it or not, you can write that business expense off on your taxes because it is a legitimate business expense and you had to use it for work. It is a work-related business expense. Okay? Some places require that you have steel-toed boots. Okay? You can write those off on your taxes as a legitimate business expense. Keep the receipts. Okay? Every time you buy fuel for your truck, every time you have a PM service performed on your truck, you buy tires, those are all legitimate write-offs or business expenses on your taxes. So just keep that in mind. There is a difference between a write-off and depreciation, although they are both technically write-offs. Okay? So just to clarify, depreciation is what you're going to do with the value of a fixed asset like your truck, and you're going to write that off over the lifespan of that piece of equipment. Okay? Anyway, I just wanted to clarify for those of you who don't understand the difference between depreciation, which is a type of tax write-off, and just typical write-offs. Okay, they're both going to reduce your taxable income. All right, but one is a one-time thing, and one can stretch for several years. Thank you.